Qualifying begins here for Division 1 of the NNSCRA Skittles Super Speedway Series. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to M&M's Super Speedway. Yes, I know we were originally supposed to go to FTF Super Speedway. However, due to the fact that when I went to load the track up, it said could not load track. I tried 3 different shared folders that I have, still wouldn't load the track. Apparently it's some kind of an issue with FTF, so I'm probably going to have to re-download it, and in order to, instead of, just waiting to record a race after I download the track, decided to move at least the next race up on the schedule, as we're going to take a look at Jake Rogers, who has left pit road, and just go to the next track on the schedule. So we're here at M&M's. It was originally going to be the venue of race 5. It's now the venue of race 4. FTF is going to be moved back to race 5, possibly. If it's not able to still work by the time I get the recording of this weekend done, then we're just going to go to a different track. So coming off the heels of an exciting race at Pigs Creek Super Speedway, which saw Seth Cole become the 3rd different winner in 3 races. So right now, 3 of the 8 playoff positions for this division filled in by race winners. Of course, our Daytona winner, Brady Burkhart, our Armory winner, Ryan Butcher, and Seth Cole. Jake Rogers about to take the green flag, so he will give us our first official lap time of the day here in round 1, which is now only 10 minutes in length. NNSCRA officials continuing to try and make it a little bit more effective, a little bit more exciting in terms of the qualifying. We had half an hour at Daytona. Last 2 weeks at Armory and Pigs Creek, it was 15 minutes in round 1. It's now been cut down to 10 minutes here in round 1. And it may stay that way for the rest of the season unless we're at a really big track where it's not possible for all 40 cars to lay down a lap time before the 10-minute session is up. But this track is not that terribly long. I think it's 2 miles in length. I might be wrong on that assumption. But regardless, 10 minutes, plenty of time for all 40 drivers to lay down a lap time. Speaking of lap time, first lap time laid down by Jake Rogers is a 47.192. We're going to see lap times much faster than that here today, somewhere in the mid to high 45s, if drivers are able to get into a pack. See Sebastian Kugelon, our points leader, up there at the top of the leaderboard now with a 46.617. Jack Mitchell up to second. Top 10 is going to change around quite a bit here, especially in the first 5 or so minutes of this session as drivers start to get themselves into packs and lay down those draft laps. See up top of the leaderboard right now, though, with a 6:12 is Laurent Lamont, who is right now continuing to build on historical feat. 3 races so far, and he has been the only driver who has transferred into round 2 in all of them. He has had, as consequence, great starting track position in all 3 of our races. He started 5th at Daytona, 6th at Armory, and last week 4th at Pigs Creek. So we'll see if the driver out of Ward Burton Racing, the number 36, can make it 4 for 4 in making it into the second round of qualifying. Jack Mitchell almost with a 45, 46.007. He's James Bond, Goldeye 007. I wouldn't be surprised if Rogers is a 45 right here. He's been at the tail end of this pack this last lap. There it is, 45.873 for the champion Ford Fusion. So we'll document more about this when we get ready to take the green flag for Division 1, but at this point in time, with 3 different winners in the last 3 races, 3 of the playoff spots taken up, Seth Cole, Ryan Butcher, and Brady Burkhart. And right now, the last 3 spots would be in possession of the top 5 in the point standings. Sebastian Kugelon, Trent Dunham, Philip Goldberg, Diego Yepes, and Austin LaPlante. You can bet all 5 of them would love to be able to transfer into round 2 with good starting track position to have a good run and keep their playoff hopes alive. But with 15 regular season races and the likelihood we could have as many as 15 different winners here this season, I think basically it comes down to you gotta have at least 2, maybe 3 trips to victory lane. A couple of those drivers here in this pack that Rogers just caught up with. LaPlante there in the 88, Trent Dunham in the 1, LaPlante 5th, Dunham 2nd in the points. And there is last week's pole sitter, James Qualls, picking up his first pole of the season. Right now 36th on the charts as he's trying to find some drafting partners out there. Well, Rogers is right now top of the leaderboard, but he wasn't a moment ago, as the 38 of Riley Spurley-Tube was up there. See if I can find him. There he, oh no, that's not him either. Where is he? Oh, he's on pit road. Okay, never mind then. Some cars here and some packs that could lay down some really good laps. Looking here at Zorlin in the back of this group. He actually ran 2/10 slower than his fastest lap. He's 26th right now. Carter Friesen looked like he was in line for a good lap, but he's almost a half second slower. He's 14th on the charts. Benjamin Miles just jumped up there in the leaderboard, though. There's the 25 at. I think he's in this group. There he is. Just jumped up to 5th. Tristan Folks, also in this group, is up in the top 10. Miles with a 45.985. Trent Dunham up to 3rd place. So I think it's this group right here that's producing most of the speed. Cody Smart, LaPlante, Joshua Lee, Vance Caldwell, along with Dunham and Rogers, who we saw earlier. However, out of this group, the only ones up in the top 10 are Rogers and Dunham. Someone just jumped up there. I couldn't tell who it was. Might have been Ashlyn Boyd, who jumped up to the 6th spot. And Boyd, former pole sitter this season back at Armory, also comes into this race running solidly 6th in the point standings. So Ashlyn Boyd with some good momentum. See if anyone from this group improves. And no changes to the top 10 right now. Jessica Shelton is up there in 8th. Let's see what group she's currently with. I think that was her right there, actually. Yep, she's with our Armory winner, Ryan Butcher, along with the 12 of Eli Bright, who had a really good run last week at Pigs Creek. And Jack Mitchell just jumped up into the top 10. Andrew Miller coming to pit road, 21st fastest on the charts. Right now, Laurent Lamont looking like he might go 4 for 4. He's 4th on the charts. 31st for our Daytona winner, Brady Burkhart. Shane Lake there on pit road. He was in the top 10 just moments ago, but he's now been knocked out. Looking at Seth Cole, 38th right now for last week's winner at Pigs Creek. That win moved him up to 18th in points, which shows you how dismal of a start to the season it's been for that team. There's the points leader, Sebastian Kukulon. He was up in the top 10 not too long ago. Now he's down in 24th. Though Sebastian hasn't had the greatest of qualifying results outside of last week at Pigs Creek. Back at Daytona, he was 19th, and back at Armory, he was 38th. There's the slowest car on track right now. William Duncan just ran his fastest lap at a 47.174. Cody Smart just jumped up into the top 10, up to 6th. Looking at Jack Mitchell, who is 9th on the chart right now. Mitchell looking to, I believe, make his first appearance into round 2 of qualifying. He was close at Daytona. He was 11th fastest. Just 1 spot shy of making it into round 2. Trent Dunham on pit road, Qualls, Jose Mills. There's Sekuli. Right now he's trying to get in. He was in moments ago. Now he's down to 11th. Ashlyn Boyd solidly in 5th. Johnny Gardner right now 30th. Zach Winkle 29th. Kyle Matthews back in 36th. Our Daytona pole sitter, Preston Plord, he's back in 23rd. 34th for Patrick Zitch. Shelton's on pit road, and she's on the bubble spot, so holding her breath is the driver of the RBK Chevrolet. And it might be someone from this group that might be able to do something. Maybe LaPlante, maybe Caldwell, maybe Lee. Right now, Rogers is in. He's the fastest. Spurley-Tube is in. He's 2nd. And Cody Smart's basically in. He's 6th. So I think it's got to come down between the 16 and the 88 as to whether one of those two can eliminate Shelton. Caldwell 12th fastest so far. LaPlante right now 18th fastest. Will either one improve their time? And Caldwell did. And he's up to third. That eliminates Shelton. Miles also moved in, as did LaPlante. And that, just like that, eliminated out Mitchell and Shelton. And I think these guys have one more lap. Caldwell and LaPlante with shot clock lap times, securing themselves spots into the round of 10. I'd watch out for that 5 of Joshua Lee, possibly 17th on the chart. Got 9 seconds to get back to the start-finish line. Rogers is done. He's the fastest in qualifying, so he's just going to preserve that car. Let's see if Lee can get there. Oh, it's close! But he didn't improve. Lee did not improve on his lap time. And I think we've got our top 10. Rogers, Spurleytube, Caldwell, Dunham, Lamount for the 4th straight week will make it to round 2, along with LaPlante, Boyd, Smart, Tristan Folks, and Benjamin Miles. Standings should be official now, I think. And indeed they are. So there's your top 10 that will move on. Oh, man. Second time this season that Jack Mitchell is 11th. So close to making it to round 2. He was 11th at Daytona. He's 11th here today at M&Ms. So he'll start 11th in the race tomorrow. Shelton will be 12th. Sekuli, Winkle, Zorlin. That'll be the top 15. Then it's Lake, Lee, Bright, Goldberg, and Friesen. And you look on down through the remainder of the qualifying results here. Couple of notables. You got Sebastian Kukulon all the way back in 27th. Last week's winner, Seth Cole, in 39th. And last week's pole sitter, James Qualls, all the way back in 40th. Got your couple of the other former winners down at the bottom as well. Ryan Butcher right now 24th for the start of this race. And Brady Burkhart back in 33rd. So it's going to be Rogers, Spurleytube, Caldwell, Dunham, Lamount, LaPlante, Boyd, Smart, Folks, and Miles battling for the pole. Who's going to get it? We'll find out in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Round 2 coming right up. Getting ready here for round number 2. And we've got a chance for a 2-time pole sitter, Ashlyn Boyd, transferring here to round 2, the Division I pole sitter at Armory. So far, we've had 3 different qualifying sessions and 3 different pole sitters. As usual, we're going to take a look and see what the drivers that transferred into the second round come into this race in the point standings. Trent Dunham, the highest of those, second in the points. Only 3 points back from Sebastian Kukulon, so this is actually really big for the one team. They're going to have some pretty good starting track position over the driver they're trying to beat in points. I'm rather surprised with only 5 minutes in this session. These drivers are sitting there. Looks like the first car out is going to be, well, it's going to be Tristan Folks and Ashlyn Boyd. So we'll jump to the 54, who looks like he's going to get out ahead of the 91. And while we're waiting for Ashlyn Boyd to get around to even take the green to start his first lap. So Dunham is second, LaPlante is 5th in the points, Ashlyn Boyd in 6th. Cody Smart, who a lot of people think should have been the pole sitter for the Daytona 500, had the fastest lap in round 1 but had to go to a backup car, thus forfeited his opportunity to get into the next round. He's 7th in points, Vance Caldwell in 8th. So how about that? We've got, 5 of our top 10 advancing here into the second round. Then you got Riley Spurleytube, he is 14th in points. Laurent Lamount 19th in points, as we mentioned, 4 for 4 in making it into round 2 of qualifying now. Benjamin Miles is 20th in the standings. Jake Rogers, who is fastest in round 1, 23rd in points. Tristan Folks, he is 25th in the standings, and I believe that is it for the drivers that transferred here into round 2, and indeed it is. Well, Ashlyn Boyd and Tristan Folks, they both came out together, so they may get the benefit of really good qualifying laps here. We've seen it before in round 2. It really all comes down to draft laps. They're going to get around Jake Rogers, who might be able to latch on to these two. He was the fastest in round 1, trying to be the fastest in round 2. They're also going to have to use the high line to get around Laurent Lamount, who is 4 for 4 making it into round 2, but still looking for his first pole of the season. This could be a pretty good pack right here, too. First lap for both Boyd and Folks. Boyd going to top it with a 3.85 rather. Folks with a 4.88. Lamount does have the draft of the 91. I don't know if Rogers is close enough to get the draft. Dunham right now by himself, as is Spurley Tube, as is Miles. Both the Hertz cars making it into round 2. Vance Caldwell just took the green, as did Cody Smart. LaPlante, I believe, is coming around to get the green flag. I'm going to watch for the 91 and the 36 to shoot to the top of the leaderboard here on this lap. Especially Laurent Lamount. I think Lamount's going to have the lap to beat here. Let's see. At the line. No, it was Folks with a 0.16. 0.61 for Lamount. Folks right now sits on the pole position. Now going to go side by side with Ashlyn Boyd. That's going to allow the 36 of Lamount to catch up here. Get a little bit more draft. I think it's going to be whether Laurent Lamount gets a good lap here or not as to whether Tristan Folks will be sitting on the pole. Folks, 25th in the points coming into this race. He's the lowest in the standings of the drivers that made it here into round 2. Oh, Lamount's going to get a good lap here. Oh, can't stay behind the 91 though because Boyd is to his outside. Let's see if Laurent Lamount is able to muster anything to get up on top. And he does, 45.938. But now look at Ashlyn Boyd there in the draft of the 91. Oh, going to step out of line. That's going to hurt the lap time of the 54. Rogers has lost this group. LaPlante still by himself. Smart, Caldwell. There's nobody. It's this group right here that's going to decide our pole sitter with 30 seconds remaining. I think they might get around to be able to make one more lap, and they're going to go 3 wide. Almost 3 wide. I don't think anybody's going to be able to get lined up enough to be able to challenge for Lamount's lap time. They will get to the line, which means there's going to be one more lap basically here to decide the pole sitter. With 10 seconds remaining, does anyone improve? Boyd improved, but only still stuck in 3rd. Right now, Lamount's the only one to hit a 45-second lap time. And the way things are looking, is going to be the only driver to do so. Lamount has been 4 for 4 in making it into round 2 in qualifying. Best starting position 4th. Looks to improve on that today with a pole. Yeah, there is no way. The way that they have not been lined up, there is absolutely no way anyone is going to improve on Lamount's time. Boyd's coming to pit road. Looks like Ashlyn Boyd will start 3rd in the race here at M&Ms. Crossing the line, no improvement for either driver. And I don't think they're going to get scored anymore. They crossed the line, there's still 30 seconds remaining, but they're side by side again, so that's going to hurt their lap times even more. In comparison, Laurent Lamount's last lap time was 4/10 slower than the 45.9 that Curley has him sitting on the pole. And you're looking at him right there, the 36 on the inside, the 91 on the outside. That's the way they're going to look coming to the green flag with Lamount on the pole and Folks starting on the outside of the front row. This 36 team, while they may be struggling in the races, they are certainly excellent when it comes to the qualifying. And Laurent Lamount will get his first career pole in the Skittles Super Speedway Series. He will lead the field to green here tomorrow in Division 1. Folks will be 2nd. Row 2 will be Boyd and Rogers. Row 3, LaPlante and Smart. Row 4, Miles and Dunham. And then Riley, Spurley Tube, and Vance Caldwell. That will complete your top 10 coming to the green flag. Thank you all so much for tuning into this qualifying session. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. We will see you guys for this race tomorrow. Tune in later tonight as Division 2 will be having their qualifying session here from M&Ms, and then the Division 2 race will take place on Sunday. Till then, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching production of NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best.